it is like no other school.
It's a school that dreams, and it dreams big dreams.
You can walk through the schools, through the halls of the school, and 30 years ago or even today, and the first thing you're going to hear was, "Good morning, welcome to Gesu."
Welcome to Gesu!
Welcome to Gesu!
What's different about Gesu is that we're teaching the whole child.
The hallmark of Jesuit education is cura personalis, which is care for the entire child.
The neighborhood of the Gesu school, when it went independent, was clearly one of the most disadvantaged neighborhoods in the city.
The neighborhood at the time was very challenging. In North Philadelphia, we had a significant problem with neighborhood gangs.
The area had been neglected and had actually been suppressed through redlining.
Yeah, when I came here in the 80s, it was a stressful time in the neighborhood.
We were very fortunate. Father George Burr had some pretty good connections, being a graduate of St. Joe's Prep. People like Win Churchill, who was our first board president, Mark Solomon.
There was a core group that saved the school and transformed it into the school that very much it is today.
The magic just began to happen. I think bringing the resources together, and then also with us being able to get a principal such as Sister Ellen Convey, who's been with us for so many years.
Actually, I get the credit for hiring Sister Ellen. Of course, she was sent here by the IHM sisters.
30 years ago, it was very simple. They just sent you a letter. That's how it worked. And the letter just said, Gesu School.
Sister Ellen was like that mother to every child, who had eyes in back of her head.
Probably the most significant impact we did, and we did this early on, was the single gender classes.
3rd through 8th grade, they have that experience in the same gender classrooms. We try to be very intentional with having a teacher in a classroom that is their gender.
In that first 10-year period, when the school became independent, we were fortunate because we had a lot of expertise on the board.
At that time, Win was, kind of assembling anybody he could get who'd be willing to write a check and put in some time. And I think I probably came over at one point and met with Father Burr and looked at the school, but it really wasn't a very hard sell.
They saw it. To me, it was like, well, we've been doing this for 400 years, so we should know how to do it.
Then there were incredible changes to the building.
The new president was excellent. I mean, she did something that would have made me sleepless at night. She built the school up onto the 4th floor.
When I started that position in '03, I was completely overwhelmed, partly because of Father Burr's gigantic footsteps. Everybody loved the new space, more space. And of course the gymnasium could be used for all kinds of things.
The school's incredibly successful ballroom dancing program was the brainchild of Souchet.
So we started with just Gesu, and we did 9 weeks of instruction, waltz, tango, merengue, and swing. So from then, I started adding a school a year. Now we're at 30 schools in 3 states, but Gesu was our first.
Those kinds of programs are really important to people seeing potential in themselves and developing the kind of self-confidence that's necessary to be successful in life.
I think I had a real commitment to the arts, the extra opportunities for the kids.
And then that really brought us to the time where Brian was brought in.
One of the things I wanted to do was adding a real robust STEAM program that includes adding a 21st century educational experience for the children in the way of what the classroom looks like. And that includes adding more service opportunities for our children.
Our teachers have a level of dedication that I have not seen anywhere. Their caring and commitment to our students is just tremendous. And I think a lot of it has to do with the spirit of this institution.
I am very lucky that I get to see the growth in the kids
The biggest thing I always say is we don't teach children, children teach us. And the greatest thing that I get is the joy to see every day that these kids are successful.
They're really nice. They make me happy. They make me laugh a lot.
I really appreciate the fact that we work very, very hard at being proactive here at Gesu.
So we have to keep moving forward, as do all educational institutions.
With our graduate support, we're able to track our students, which a lot of elementary schools don't do.
Changing the lives of 450 students a year in and of itself is incredibly important.
I always say this when I stand in these halls. These children are really good. And some of those stories are heartbreaking.
And despite those challenges, they come to Gesu School every day and embrace the opportunities or the expectations that Gesu School has of them. I want our children, when those challenges come, to run right directly to the challenge. Don't be afraid, run right directly to the challenge, because beyond that challenge is growth.
Books are one thing, but experiences are something different. You know, where else could a student go and get a first-class education and at the same time learn ballroom dancing?
They're learning so much more. They're learning about life.